I'm representing here the Nansen initiative. This is an initiative initiated by Switzerland and Norway, joined by many governments from all over the world. We are looking at displacement in the context of disasters and effects of climate change. It's one of the big issues. An average of 27 million people are displaced every year as a consequence of disasters. 80–90% of these disasters are climate related. If we are adding it up during the past 6 years, it's more than 160 million people. That's enormous. That's much more than people displaced and fleeing armed conflict.
I guess there's displacement all the time to a degree. What kind of policies are you sort of recommending to deal with people moving about? I suppose migration is an issue as Europe is seeing at the moment. So what kind of policies are you advocating?
It's an issue for the climate negotiations. It's an issue because in international law these people are not really protected. They are not refugees as defined by international law, because they are not persecuted, they are not fleeing violence. So the point of departure is how to deal with these people. What we recommend and what is coming out of a series of intergovernmental consultations in the Pacific, Central America, in Africa, in Asia, is first, it's too narrow just to focus on the people who actually leave their countries. We need to start with preventing displacement, and that's very much climate change adaptation. But we also have to factor in human mobility into climate change adaptation plans. For instance, countries like Fiji have started to relocate villages away from eroding coastlines. In the Horn of Africa, people are moving across borders, pastoralists during times of drought. That's also part of factoring human mobility into climate change adaptation. We have to talk about disaster risk reduction. What is very important is sometimes to facilitate voluntary migration so that part of family of a community can move out to make money, to send back remittances so the family, the community can stay during difficult times, can rebuild in the aftermath of a sudden onset disaster. We have to better protect those who are internally displaced. That's a humanitarian response, but it's very much also recovery, rebuilding. And sometimes we have to admit people who are crossing borders and recognize that at least temporarily they need protection. So it's an issue that needs to be part of the climate change agreement that hopefully will come out of this COP and the next one.